Hey, what's up, Bugs?
Hey, what's up, Bugs?
Hi, guys. Welcome to my show. It's whatever. Okay, guys. Well, we've been making fun of this guy for a while because he's one of the major media figures for conservatism? For goose stepping. The video that I'm about to show you, okay? If you're a grown man and you have any standards for yourself, any sense of honor or self-respect, your channel would be down by now. Your channel would be gone. I'm not even joking. If this was me, gone. And I would literally right now be in the application process for a job at Home Depot.
All power games, truth doesn't matter.
Huh?
Which is why you had Joe Biden repeating from the rostrum of the White House a story about a 10-year-old who needed an abortion in Ohio, and the 10-year-old apparently does not exist. According to the Wall Street Journal, the tale is a potent post-road tale of woe for those who want to make abortion a voting issue this fall. One problem, there's no evidence the girl exists. We're talking, of course, about a story that was repeated by Joe Biden. He said a 10-year-old girl he didn't identify by name was forced to travel from Ohio to Indiana to have an abortion because Ohio now prohibits abortion after a fetal heartbeat is discovered.
All power games, truth doesn't matter. All power games, truth doesn't matter. And the 10-year-old apparently does not exist.
But the story, it doesn't matter whether the story is true or not. All that matters is whether the story is useful or not. That is the thing that matters most to these people. Because truth is of completely no value. This is how you can erase the past.
This is obviously a horrible story, but we still have to give old Benny Shapenny here a hard time. I don't know if you heard at the end there, he's like, the truth doesn't matter to these people. All that matters is their story. All that matters is their narrative.
But the story, it doesn't matter whether the story is true or not. All that matters is whether the story is useful or not. That is the thing that matters most to these people.
Yeah, you could have waited maybe 12 hours since you uploaded this 14 hours when they arrested the person who did this and that person confessed.
And the 10-year-old apparently does not exist.
Wipe your ass with them.
I mean, I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy because just in the past couple weeks, all his little predictions and stuff it's just been him tripping over his own foot. First, he did the Elon prediction.
Elon's gonna fire everyone at Twitter. Whoa!
Now, this horrible story that is absolutely a stunning, horrible indictment on their failed and wretched and moronic and nonsensical goose-stepping policies.
He's like, that's fake. It's a fake story.
Oh, whoops. The guy was caught and confessed. Okay, and this is in the same segment. This is the same video, just like a couple seconds later, he starts talking about Elliot Page. Shocking. These guys talking about Elliot Page. He goes right into this. Here we go.
Value. This is how you can erase the past. This is how you can make things just disappear. So, for example, you seem to recall, just a few years ago, there was an actress named Ellen Page.
Okay.
You're not allowed to say that.
Ooh.
That's the thing we're not allowed to say, that there was an actress. We're not even allowed to say.
Very edgy, Ben, okay?
Forget about, there is a person who is a woman who calls herself Elliot Page and is a biological woman.
Okay.
That's controversial enough.
Wow.
But now you're not even allowed to say that there was an actress named Ellen Page at any point in the past.
I think he might need a doctor because I'm not sure how that bit about Elliot Page connects to the story he was talking about with the but it actually does connect in a way that he might not like because this is good. We can understand this. He's very upset about Elliot Page being Elliot Page, I guess. One way to think about this might help Ben, is Elliot Page, wants to put Elliot Page's past behind him. And, most of us sane people, most people in America, the vast majority really, they say to themselves, oh yeah, that's no problem. You're Elliot Page. You're Elliot Page now, and you want to forget about your past? Yeah. Sort of like the way that Ben Shapiro's audience will most likely just totally forget that he got this so wrong, but Ben Shapiro's audience is willing to put his past, we're not going to mention that. Oh, remember you saying that's a fake story when it very much was a very real story? The criminal who did this confessed and was caught and was arrested? We're going to put that all, we don't need to keep bringing that up to make you feel bad. Or when you said Elon Musk was going to take over Twitter, and he was going to put Trump back, our special guy. And now he's saying he doesn't want to buy it, and it's looking like that's not going to. We just put that back. We just put that back for you. We're just not going to bring up your past. The next segment that he goes on into is about LeBron James.
Ooh, I'm really fumed about something LeBron James said.
You want to talk about the intellectual civil war in the United States?
Yeah.
It's a civil war between people who still believe that you have to have evidence and truth on your side,
Uh-huh.
and people who just believe that America is a power game. And that means
It's not going to age well, buddy, with what you were just... So then which side are you on?
you can say whatever you want, no matter how powerful and how rich you are, which is how you have LeBron James, one of the most powerful rich people in the United States, declaring that Brittany Griner, who's now being held in Russia, should not even want to come back to the United States. Here's LeBron James. I guess China let him out of his holding cell so he could say what he wants.
Oh, got him.
He's not allowed to speak about China, but he's allowed to say whatever garbage about the United States he pleases.
Oh, that's a dunk.
White people are collecting black art. Have you had to explain that ever to collectors?
It's not the responsibility of black folks to use their work as a teaching tool.
Brittany Griner, she is in Russia. She's been there
Over 110 days. Now, how can she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
He'd be asking, I don't know, you might want to go back to your billion-dollar fortune in the United States. But the truth is that LeBron James wouldn't end up in Russian custody because the Chinese would free him, since he's done an excellent amount of work on their behalf.
Oh, yeah.
So the story here is that this WNBA superstar was arrested in Russia because she had some hashish. And now she's in jail in Russia. So then LeBron James, a basketballer, many call him, he's like, she probably doesn't feel like America has her back. Would she even want to go back to America? The funny thing is that Ben Shapiro and his, Daily Wire lunatics have been using this clip on like all their shows, but they cut it off. But they cut it off at a weird point.
And in a sense, like now, how can she feel like America has her back? Like, I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
Okay, that's where they cut. That's where they cut, but he keeps going.
I've been gone over 130 days, and I feel like it's been zero effort.
So, I mean, first of all, these guys like,
You don't talk bad about America.
this is a message to Ben, okay? America can kiss my ass, you piece of turd. Nah, I say. No. I went to the top of the Statue of Liberty, and I took a dump down, and I said, kiss my ass, America, you idiot. Okay, Ben Shapiro, that's first of all. But second, the thing with LeBron James is, what he just said was like a totally innocuous statement. He's like, yeah, that sucks. Brittany is stuck in Russia. America hasn't done enough to help her. I would be mad. I don't even know if I want to go back to America after the little effort they put getting my ass out, my basketball playing ass out of here. Also, it's so funny that they're like,
He can't say that. He can't say that about America.
aren't these the Second Amendment people who are like,
We need guns. We need guns to rise up against the tyranny of the state. Also, if you say anything bad about the state, you're bad. Woo!
How somebody wouldn't think. Word here, but I just don't know how you don't think how somebody wouldn't think that Goodfellas is better than The Godfather.
Huh?
It's just a better movie.
Wait,
man.
you think Goodfellas is better than The Godfather?
I think it's way better.
I gotcha.
I think it's way better.
No.
So, moving along with this LeBron James, Ben Shapenny thing. This is a Daily Wire show that they started. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, and who gives a crap, frankly. The Daily Wire has accomplished something amazing, which is they figured out how to make a sports show, like a sports commentary show, even more insufferable. Sports talk radio, sports commentary is some of the dumbest thing ever committed by, and I say committed.
I'm Jake Crane.
Who?
And welcome to Crane & Company.
What? Yeah, I'm the guy that they found at Target. I was doing my shopping. They said, do you want to be on a show? Yeah.
That's in the Bible.
There is no denying how amazing LeBron James is as a basketball player. There's no denying that he came from an adverse situation and grinded his way to become a legend in the game.
Sure.
But there is also no denying that LeBron has totally lost touch with the common man and reality, and seemingly
What, do you need to yell that loud? Okay, go ahead.
forgotten who he was and where he came from.
Okay.
He was a struggling everyday person who turned himself into an empire.
Wow.
Now, this is evident after he once again trashed the country that provided him with this opportunity when talking about Brittany Griner's Russian imprisonment. Now, in most countries around the world, LeBron would have never had the chance to reach the heights that he has. But maybe it's time we, the people, start to push back a little bit on this diva, this propaganda puppet for the CCP, this race hustler, and the same guy who told an innocent cop, "You're next."
Oh my sweet Christ. They created Girl Ben Shapiro, Femme Shapiro, or Jen Shapiro as she's known. Now we got Sport Hole Ben Shapiro. They're just going to keep creating these different Ben Shapiro. Soon there's going to be like,
I'm a chef. I'm a chef. My name's Greg Shapiro. And I'm the goose-stepping chef.
It's all turning around, and you know what? It couldn't happen to a better group of people.
Man, this one disappointed me last night when we heard about this, and I was
okay. We're not gonna make fun of the way people look on this channel, but this guy looks like a bad guy from a Wayans Brothers movie. I'm sorry. What is this guy's name?
thinking about this last night, and I don't know why I still get disappointed.
Okay.
Actually, can we play this clip though, just so that we have?
Yeah, let's run the clip.
And hear what he said.
Let's hear it.
Brittany Griner, she is in Russia. She's been there
over 110 days. Now, how can
They're not going to cut it again like Benny Shapenny did, right?
she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
Right.
So that was the clip there.
Weird. Weird. You cut it the exact same way as.
Well, yeah, give those morons. What are those sport hole idiots talking about? Make them do the LeBron segment.
I mean, could you imagine the demographic that this show resonates with? I like sports, but I don't like those people talking about Black Lives Matter.
He lives in America, which is further proof that America is a country so great, even those who hate it won't leave.
That's exactly right. And it's funny, you know, we talk so bad about America, yet he is a walking propaganda poster for one of the most oppressive regimes out there. And he condone.
China's so oppressive. Also, you're not allowed to say that. You hate America.
Fall in line with America.
I'm Sport Hole Shapiro. Do you think the Daily Wire really is picking people to look like Ben Shapiro? Because that girl does look like him, and this guy does look and act like him. Is it the sort of deal when you see some like bargain DVD bin at like whatever, a dollar store? You'll see a DVD with some like mis-photoshopped cover. It's like The Furious and the Speeding. Some off-brand ass version of The Fast and the Furious because they're like, well, that movie did good. If we just rip that off, that'll do good too.
I guarantee you they're all afraid of him. Well, guess what? The common man, the normal people in America, they're not afraid of you, man. They're not afraid of you.
Right.
I got more respect for guys that go out there and work construction for 12, 14 hours a day in the blazing sun, or go put up roofing, trying to just make enough money to put food on the table, but you're going to sit there and cry, man. It's so...
Well, that's definitely not true, because you work for the Daily Wire. You're working for a Republican organization, so you hate that person, like you'll do anything to that guy working in the sun or whatever. You basically want that guy to die, you know? But so that's okay. That's okay. Try you're doing the sport.
I'm doing sports. LeBron James, all right. Wayne Gretzky can kiss my ass. He's a moron. They should let me out there and play.
Wayne Gretzky can kiss my ass.
That's every sports talk guy. Like, these guys are doing a sort of stereotype. They're aping the sports talk.
They should let me out there. Give me a hockey stick. I'll go out there.
They instantly die. Like, if they let these guys play sports for more than, like, 20 minutes, dead.
LeBron James, you're an idiot. You make me sick.
But then if LeBron James set foot on that set, they'd be,
Mr. James, well, do you want a lemonade? Yes, sir.
You may be better than everybody at basketball, and I'm not one of these shut up and dribble type of people. I think everybody should have an opinion.
I'm not either.
But that doesn't mean I can't tell you your opinion is absolute BS, and that's what it is.
Well, this is tough for me because I was that kid in the driveway.
What are you doing in my driveway? It's a little joke there. hey, there's a kid in my driveway. Get this kid. Whose kid is this? Get him out of my driveway. I got to park here.
Well, this is tough for me because I was that kid in the driveway, right? Playing basketball, countdown from 5 seconds, thinking you're LeBron James hitting that shot. LeBron James was one of the people I looked up to growing up. I mean, the guy was an absolute superstar. And to sit here and just see his character diminish slowly and slowly and slowly, it's saddening to me. And there's certain things you can come back from, but
That's true. That makes sense to me. I used to love LeBron James. And then, he went on that TV and he was like, hey, maybe the cops shouldn't kill black people all the time. I'm like, no, you ruined it. Get back, play that good ball. You get back, play that ball.
You ruined it. Get back, play that good ball. You get back, play that.
This really is, if you catch your peepaw or whatever, your weird cousin or whatever whack job watching this thing, just call 911. I would say. If I caught my peepaw or my pep or whatever crap watching this, you got to be like, hey, come on, Grandpa, let's go outside. Let's do something. Let's get you outside. Let's air this out a little bit.
Knows what agenda he's pushing. He's already made his feelings known about this country. And you know what, LeBron? If it's so bad, then why don't you take your ass out of here? Because we're about sick of you, brother. And I'm sorry you didn't make the playoffs and you're single-handedly drowning the Lakers.
Jesus.
Like Leo DiCaprio in Shutter Island when he imagines what
Which is what we'd rather be talking.
This guy rules at sports talk crap. You're drowning the Lakers like Leo DiCaprio was drowning in Shutter Island. That's definitely the most go-to movie when you're referencing Leonardo DiCaprio and drowning. Leo DiCaprio, water. What's the most? LeBron James, you're really sinking the Lakers, bro. It's like how Leonardo DiCaprio was sinking down further because of his drug addiction in Basketball Diaries. That's the best reference related to Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie about sinking and water. Man, LeBron James, he's turning the Lakers into a sinking ship. Very similar to the way that Leonardo DiCaprio sank into the Irish mob in The Departed. He sank into that role as a bad guy and not a cop, which he actually was a cop, though. Okay, last one, I promise. LeBron James is sinking the Lakers. It's like a ship sinking and the ship breaks in half and it sank in the cold ocean. Very similar to when Leonardo DiCaprio fell in love with Claire Danes playing Romeo and she was Juliet in the 90s reimagining of Romeo and Juliet with John Leguizamo was in that movie too. Okay, this is another funny clip from Ben Shapenny here. He interviews this guy, Robert Kiyosaki. If you don't know who that is a guy who made a fortune selling how to get rich books. How do you get rich? Write books on how to get rich. And that's what he did. Robert Kiyosaki. But I kind of like him because he's like openly a nut. I also like that he has like a very, like, what would you call it? Like 1980s downtown New York, no wave fashion sense, sort of. Like he's got the Oakleys. I don't know.
It's seeping into us every day via academics. So if you read the Communist Manifesto, it started to come true because what Marx says, communism would come into America in two stages. So stage one was 1930.
Right.
It's when the Frankfurt School sent teachers to Columbia University's Teachers College.
Right.
Okay, so that was 1930. That was stage one.
I think I seen that in a PragerU video, Bobby. Okay, well, what else?
So they had to infect us via academics.
Yes.
That's why there's no financial education in schools.
Oh, exactly.
Stage two was a 2020 election. It says, as Stalin said, it's not who votes that counts. It's who counts the votes.
So let's talk about President Trump.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We're doing the election with stolen stuff. Okay, moving right along.
And he's right about that. For anybody who's interested in reading, the Communist Manifesto or any of these Karl Marx writings, Karl Marx and what's the other guy's name? Robert Engels or whatever that guy's name was. They wrote a lot about Stop the Steal. That was a big You know, you read through the Communist Manifesto, they're like, oh, there was 100,000 votes in Nebraska that Joe Biden hid those, bro. Pages and pages of that kind of crap in that Marx stuff, you know. But of course, it's in 1800s-y language, so it's like they bequeathed all the votes under some boxes, but people wanted Trump. This video is kind of amazing. You could watch it on YouTube.
That's on YouTube. That's on YouTube.
It's this video of Donald Trump and this guy Robert Kiyosaki. It's like a self-help course that they did about you could get rich too. You could get rich too. And it's great, this video, because they're like, you know how you could get rich? Real estate. And then they move on to just like kind of making stuff up. Trump tells this amazing story where he's like, I had a friend, he wasn't successful. And he flew first class, even though he didn't have money.
Well, I have a friend who was not successful at all.
Loser.
But was really up and coming.
Yes.
And he had a thing. He would only fly first class. I'm not saying do this because for somebody it won't work, but he needed that mentally.
Right.
He wanted to fly first class because mentally he wanted to think he was the best, and that's it. And even though he didn't have much money at the time, this is years ago, he would always fly. I used to criticize him, but it put him in a good state of mind, and he became a very, very successful guy. Yes. Very, very successful.
Wow, I'll try it.
And then he became very successful.
It's like somebody bought this course to be like, how can I make money and not work at my job anymore? And the advice they get is,
there was a guy, I knew a guy, he flied first class because he was a first class guy, aces. #1, all day USA, that guy.
It's like, what is this tape that I bought for $40 about? I thought this was going to be a tape about how to make me rich in real estate, and these guys are just riffing with each other.
You know, you got to do your best. Every once in a while, here's some advice. Here's some advice right here. Every once in a while, you eat a steak. You walk into a restaurant, you say, give me a bigger steak. And then you eat it, and you walk out. And I'm telling you, it's gonna do something. I don't know.
Well, guys, there we go. Just a look at some goofy crap. Some stuff that, you know, kind of... Hope you guys have a good weekend. It's
Friday. Yeah, wow.
Hope you do something interesting, you know, something creative or whatever, maybe. Do something positive. Or just do this. Oh, what's that? I see something pulling up. What was that?
Uber cars. Uber cars.
Don't forget to take. Love you guys. Have a good weekend, and bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys. Love you guys so much.